Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's time for the midweek review. Now we're going to be going over the same three things as always. Yep. We're also going to be having the same rule as always. And I know this orientation is a little bit different from what you guys are used to over on TikTok, but that's because I'm shooting it for all the platforms. So it'll be the same everywhere. So if you see it on one and you see me on another, it's the same one. Sorry. I'm going to try to keep this brief. There is some things to talk about in the latter half, not so much in the first half. So, yeah. Now, like last time, rack number 1 is empty. That's because I still wanted to focus all my energy on rack number 2, which you guys haven't seen in a while, but I think was a very good decision. Yeah, he's ready for photos. I just haven't started taking them yet. Hopefully tonight. Okay, guys, so that brings us to the side projects. Now, there is a lot going on in side projects. I have been knocking out artwork for friends using both my skills at Photoshop and AI generated art. And that, whether AI generated artwork is art, is a whole nother conversation for a different time, along with the limits and drawbacks of AI as well as its benefits. And that's something I do plan to make a video about in the future. I am definitely no expert, but I've been looking into it a lot lately and having an ongoing conversation with an AI model, trying to understand the limitations, the drawbacks, and how it handles or how it's programmed to handle those situations. And to be fair, full disclaimer, it's probably one you guys have seen ads for on different platforms. It's Microsoft Copilot. So we'll get into that, but that not going to be here. Moving on to the side projects, though, my wife has encouraged me to be somewhat financially irresponsible by telling me I can do what I want with something. And so there's a gap at the end of my desk. That gap is the exact size I needed for a new 3D printer. Yeah. To be fair, the reason I bought the 3D printer, and it's not, for any I'm gonna start my own business. No, it's because they never made anything for Mass Effect Andromeda. Now I know a lot of you guys are thinking, "Oh, that was a horrible game." I liked it. I personally liked it, but I keep my expectations low because back in the early 2000s, I bought a game from GameStop that was $1, and the game guide was a penny, and it was super mistranslated. It was stupid as hell, but it was fun to play. It's basically toys come to life and you fight in an arena. Essentially, Gundam Breaker before Gundam Breaker. That's all I'm saying. My cousins, I brought it up here, and they absolutely loved playing it. I was still living in Georgia at the time. I was getting ready for deployment. They were like, "We're gonna get your money's worth out of this." I didn't have the heart to tell them it was only $1. So technically, it just loading in the GameCube was my money's worth. That being said, now we're going to talk about the community. There's a lot to talk about there, but not in the regular terms. So we're going to be quick because I'm adding one new thing to the community side of things. So first up, I want to talk about what I've been hearing in the community lately. There's been a lot of chatter within the community about AI type stuff. Now, as I said before, I'm going to be talking about that in the future, but I just wanted to mention it here because it felt like something that needed to be mentioned. It's an interesting subject for me. Moving on, we're going to talk about Bandai. That's the new thing I want to add to this. I want to talk about upcoming releases and predictions. Bandai has recently announced that they have a bunch of new kits coming out, and one of the ones they announced that everybody seems to be a buzz about is the RG Grandad 2.0. And I was not a big fan of the first RG Grandad. In fact, I haven't had much luck with any RG ever. And I don't know if that's just a me thing or if it's maybe I'm picking the wrong ones. I don't know. But it is what it is. I can't change how I feel about it, or how the past has gone, I should say. I can always change how I feel, but I can't change how the past is gone. I don't think I'll be picking this one up. I do know they announced that they were also going to be releasing a new SDCS for the C line, and good and damn well I'm going to buy that one. Come on, it's me we're talking about. Like 90% of my collection is SD Gundams, and out of that 90%, a good 10% of it is seed. So, I mean, yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. That being said, um, I do have a few predictions leading into the end of this year, and I don't know if they'll come true or not, but I do predict that we might see another announcement for another Master Grade SD Gundam. I think they've done pretty well with the engineering on them, and I think they've been pretty popular overall. So I wouldn't be surprised to see another one. Now, who it's going to be, few possibilities. They've kind of stuck with going outside of the Universal Century line. So I would not be surprised to see a Universal Century, like maybe and I know how that Bandai is. They could go back to doing a Granddad. They could do a Unicorn, Zeta maybe. I don't know, but I feel like it's probably going to be a UC line if I had to guess. And that's fine. Whatever. I'm all for the Master Grade SD line. I really like it. Same as I do the SDCS line. So, yeah, they're a close 1 and 2 for me. But that is what it is. Anyways, I am going to get off here, guys. I still have a lot to do, and this video turned out longer than I thought it would because apparently there was more to talk about than I thought there was. So, it doesn't help that I ramble a little bit every so often. Is what it is. You guys be safe out there. I'll talk to you later. And, yeah. Bye.